and some people were racist. And the exact words that they told me when they were racist, they really word for word were like things like, go back to where you came from, go back to where you came from. You don't belong here. When Trump was elected, a lot of immigrants were afraid. A lot of immigrants were afraid about how the other people were going to react. And I mean, some did react in a way like saying, he said that they're criminals, so let's go beat them up or something. There were some that reacted that way. Whatever president comes in, what is that president going to do to be able to kind of bring the people back together? Like, is that even going to be possible? All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the New Era Mindset. My name is Brian. I am glad to have you guys back here listening to whatever the hell I have to say. There's something specific that has been circling my mind lately. So I started paying attention to this guy, Andrew Yang. He's running for president in 2020, and I mean, up until recently, I started paying attention to a little bit of politics. I don't talk politics. I'm not that much into politics. It's just whenever it gets interesting. I like to pay attention sometimes to what's going on and try to understand a little bit more about it. But this guy, Andrew Yang, has gotten my attention because he's really trying to solve this thing that's it's happening already, but it doesn't seem like anybody is doing anything about it. And it's a real issue because we are developing more and more technology, but we're not really thinking about what's going to happen to the people that don't have jobs, what's going to happen to the people that lose their income, right? So I have started to pay attention to Andrew Yang, and honestly, I mean, I like the guy. I really do, but what's been circling my mind, it's not what he's gonna do, right? No, but I think about that, right? But what's really been on my mind is what is gonna happen to the people in the United States when we come to the election and we see who's gonna be the chosen one, who's gonna win the election. The reason why that's been on my mind is because, so with this election that happened, right, with when Trump won, half the country was, the country was divided into two. It's always been like that, at least for some part, but it kind of was more like people were showing it more. No, like, I'm with these kind of people and I believe in this kind of stuff, and the other people were like, well, we believe in this kind of stuff, and people started battling each other. And then we got those memes and things that were making other people fight each other, basically. And I guess it was they found out that it was Russians, some Russian troll farms that started doing basically they took advantage of the fact that the country was already divided. Now, what they did is they kind of made things for the people on the left side to fight with the people on the right side, and then and vice versa. They made things so that they started hating each other more and more. Now, my question is, when the election comes in 2020 and let's say Trump wins, all right, the country will still stay divided for another 4 years. But let's say he doesn't win. Some people will still be mad that he didn't win. So they're still going to hate the people that voted against him. Unless the people that voted for him this time around, when on 2020 they don't vote for him, if they change their minds, then maybe the division of the two sides maybe starts to kind of dim down a little bit. But if things don't turn out to be like that, whatever president comes in, what is that president gonna do to be able to kind of bring the people back together? Like, is that even gonna be possible? That's kind of what I'm wondering, because, like, I mean, what can you do? It's kind of it's difficult. It's gonna be a difficult thing for the president to do, whatever whoever president stays. Although if Trump stays, I'm sure he's just not gonna give a shit about whatever. He's just kind of gonna keep doing his thing, and for another 4 years. But the other, if another president steps in, if Trump doesn't get elected and a different president steps in, what is that president gonna do to try to bring the people back together? Maybe, I think, like in the case of Andrew Yang, he's addressing something that doesn't involve we're doing something that pleases one person, or doing something that pleases the other person, or one group or the other group. He's kind of just saying, we're gonna do this for all Americans, for all the citizens in the United States. They're all gonna have this benefit. They're all gonna have this kind of stuff. And I haven't heard him say something like, there's these. I haven't heard him say anything that kind of divides the country, which is good. So maybe if another person gets elected, let's say Trump doesn't get elected, let's say another person gets elected, maybe if this president doesn't focus on anything that's that divides the country, and this just kind of does the things that will help United States not only grow, whether it's in technology or whatever it is, right? But maybe also help the issues that are coming up with our growth. If that president just focuses on that, probably, and not necessarily on things that divide the country, then maybe, just maybe, the people will kind of say, okay, let's like, maybe the things that people feel like, okay, the president does this, so I should be able to do this. Now I'm gonna hate on this other person. Maybe that's not gonna be there anymore. Maybe they're not gonna be feeling so backed by the president because they've seen the president do something. Maybe they're not gonna have that anymore. So hopefully things kind of start to settle down. But that's one thing that's kind of it's something that concerns me. All right, it's something that concerns me because you've heard stories about either an immigrant person saying how they got, like, they were told, go back to where you came from, or you shouldn't be in this country, things like that. And although sometimes when you hear these kind of stuff, sometimes you think, oh, this person is just bullshitting, he's exaggerating, and that's not true. That they don't really tell them that. Okay, me being somebody who came from a foreign country when I was 8 years old, I can tell you that I went to school. All right, it was a bit difficult at first to learn, to adapt, right? But I was lucky that my parents brought me here when I was young. When you're young, it's easier to learn, it's easier to adapt, it's easier to get used to things. But still, I did meet some people that did bully me for being an immigrant. And me being bullied, it's something that I don't really talk about, and up until things changed in my mind. But At first I wanted to appear tough. I wanted to seem like, nah, nobody messed with me when I was young. Nobody really told me anything. Nobody said to me anything. I always presented myself as this tough guy who's just, didn't yeah, didn't have any bullies, right? But that was not the case. And I mean, I didn't say I was like, it's just something that I recently realized that, not recently, but a couple years back, I realized that why the hell should I be ashamed about being bullied? Why the hell should I be ashamed about somebody picking on me or somebody being racist to me? I don't think I should be ashamed about that. But the exact words that I heard when I was young, yeah, I some people tried to hurt me and stuff. Some people picked on me for just being bullies, and some people were racist. And the exact words that they told me when they were racist, they really word for word were like things like, go back to where you came from. Go back to where you came from. You don't belong here. You should have never came. Things like that. Things like that. And it's, as a kid, you're just like, why are these people so mean? You don't understand why kids say those things to you. You're just like, I don't know. I just came here because my parents came here and I'm 8, so I don't make my own decisions just yet. Like, you're like, I'm just like, well, I'm just doing what my parents do. What they tell me to do. I'm just following my parents around. I mean, what else can you say? Like, I mean, I didn't respond to them at the moment. I was just wondering why they were being so rude and so mean. But listen, guys, when an immigrant tells you that they went through something like that, and they tell you that they actually told them those words, I mean, there's probably some people that are bullshitting, but I don't see what the benefit would be in that. For me, those were the exact words that I heard, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. And even though people were racist to me, as I would, and when I came here, when I recently came here, up until like a few years after I got here, like, people are still telling me things like that. But as I grew, I learned more and more, and I didn't really pay attention. I wasn't hurt by it, but I can see why some people would feel hurt by it and feel like, why are you being so rude? Like, I'm just a kid, I'm just a kid, just like you. If your parents tell you you're going to do this, or we're going to move to this other state, you don't say, no, I'm going to stay here. No, you're freaking 10, 11, 12, 13, up until you're 18. You're doing what your parents are saying. You're going where your parents are going, no matter what state it is. Nobody tells you go back to what state you came from. No, you don't get that. But even if you did, you'd respond, well, I'm just following my parents around. What? As kids, we don't make our own decisions up until, at least a lot of us that have our parents. But yeah, it's real. It's real, guys. Like, I'm not fucking joking about this. But that's why this concerns me, because when Trump was elected, a lot of immigrants were afraid. A lot of immigrants were afraid about how the other people were going to react. And I mean, some did react in a way like saying, he said that they're criminals, so let's go beat them up or something. There were some that reacted that way, But I hope that I hope that with whatever happens in this next election, things kind of start to settle down a little bit. Because I know I'm not, like, I wasn't born in this country, but I know more about this country than about El Salvador, which is where I'm from. I know more about this country because this is where I was raised for the most part, and this is where I've been ever since. And I mean, I care about, to be honest, I like it here, and I care about this country. And I don't like to see, whether you're from one race or from another, I don't like to see the people fighting because of race. Like, I really don't, you know. I think we all as a part contribute to this country, and that's why it is what it is. Because you got, you know, I worked in the fields, and you see, again, when I was a kid, because I was 14, 15 years old, and they wouldn't hire me. I applied at Jack in the Box. They said you're too young. So I worked in the fields for quite a bit, picking cucumbers, and it's quite a heavy job if you ask me. But I saw their Hispanic people, and I saw their Asian people, Vietnamese to be exact, a lot of them. And we were all there at 4 a.m. in the morning, sometimes 3 a.m., 3:30 a.m. to try to get that. We used buckets, and at the end of the day, when everybody was already leaving, leaving the site, they'd just throw their buckets and just, you know, go get their money, take off. We got paid cash right there every day. Every day we got our money, depending on how many buckets of cucumbers we threw on the fucking truck. So, but every day in the morning, because during the summertime, when it's you know, the season where when the cucumbers are, you know, good, I was going there because I wasn't hired for anybody because I was too young, and we'd wake up so early and we would go try to beat everybody so that they don't get the buckets, you know, so that we had as many buckets as necessary to be able to carry enough cucumbers with every time that we filled up our buckets. Now, we couldn't take all the buckets, of course. It was like, but the more we could get, the better, you know. So we always tried to rush it. We tried to always be the first to get there. But if you didn't have those people there picking those cucumbers, picking the strawberries, picking the grapes, or whatever fruit you buy at the market or whatever, right? If you didn't have those people, a lot of the guys that do qualify for having better jobs, like if you're an American, you have your papers, you're a resident, and you have the possibility to get a better job in a corporation that pays you better, and you're not freaking getting all muddy and, you know, working in the rain sometimes, you're not gonna go and work picking cucumbers. You know, you're not gonna go and freaking pick your strawberries or pick the grapes so that you get probably like 70 cents per bucket, and you see them on the market for freaking $3 and one little fucking tray, you know. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, it's that I remember going to the market, and I would see the cucumbers. I was like, holy shit, they sell them for $1 each cucumber, and I gave them a bucket where you can fit like 15, 20 cucumbers for fucking 75 cents. I was like, yeah, that's really how it was. We got paid 75 cents per bucket. 75 cents per bucket, and in each bucket you could fit like 15, 20 cucumbers. So at then in the store they were like $1 each, and you're just like, fuck, man. I would stand there and be like, yeah. You know, it is crazy. But if you don't have those people there, what's going to happen is that, I mean, who's going to pick the fruit? Like I said, if you have papers, if you're qualified for a better job, you're not going to go there. You're not going to go there. So I think this country works so well because we have different races. We have different type of people here. So, you know, if we didn't have those pickers, you know, those harvesters, the food was probably going to have to be shipped from another country onto here, because who's going to work if we got rid of all immigrants? Who's going to work there? I mean, honestly. And if it's shipped, yeah, it's fine. Maybe the fruit is not going to be as fresh, but you're still going to get your fruit here. Now, another thing is that's going to cost more money. that's going to cost more money than paying an immigrant to paying an immigrant to harvest the fruit, for a little amount, and do the hard work and put that fruit on the table. I mean, not on the table, but on the market at least. Yeah, but like I said, I think every race kind of contributes little by little, putting their own little part, and make things flow and work the way they are now. And I think it's, if we are focusing on getting rid of certain races and labeling certain races as criminals or drug lords or rapists or shit like that. I think when we start to generalize that an entire race is like that, I just don't think I don't think that's fair, because not all of us are shitty, not all of us are shitty, not all of us do bad things. I mean, I think every race has bad people in them, and but we can't say that one entire race is one way just because some of them are. I don't think that's fair for the good people here that contribute to the country. And me living here for so long, I would like to contribute to this country as much as I can, and really help out. I mean, if I'm gonna be here, I should do something good for the country, right? Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, and by me doing my job and by me doing the things that I'm doing, I'm helping, I'm contributing. At least I feel like, and as long as everybody does good in the country, they come here, they work, I really don't see what the problem is. I really don't. Some people may hate me for saying these kind of things. Some people may judge me, but hey, and some people may say that I'm saying this kind of shit because I'm an immigrant. But no, I mean, I'm just trying to see why, like, why this country is so great. It's great. Honestly, it is so. Honestly, if you think of other countries, I don't think there's another country that functions the way we do, that and has all the races that we do in this country, and we all contribute. I mean, at least that's the way I feel. I can't think of another country that has that. And yeah, but I mean, I get it. Like I can see why some people don't like us or don't like some immigrants, but we can't keep generalizing, and we can't keep saying that all immigrants are the same way. It's just not that way. But yeah, that's been on my mind quite a bit. I mean, I just want things to kind of settle a little bit. I've seen a lot of things that I'm not happy with, whether it's from one race to another or whether it's from race to race, because of just because certain people are divided into two now. And it's like, we are supposed to be working together. We're supposed to be working together, helping each other out, helping, society grow as a whole, and not focus on fucking what you believe and what this person believes. Like, don't get me wrong, it's good to have your own beliefs, but when it comes to growing in our society and growing as a country, I think sometimes it's good to put certain things aside, and think about what's better for all of us. What's something that's going to help all of us and not just one group of people. It's just it's the way I think. It's my opinion, but yeah. Listen, I as a kid, now that I think of when I was bullied, and I think of the things that were said to me, Um, I mean, it's always going to exist. I think racism is always going to exist, but we probably should be careful about how we express certain things towards other people. Um, we're just you can't expect. I mean, a lot of us are the same even when we're from a different race, and different races are there, and like, what are you going to do about it? There's nothing that you can do about what race you're from, or what race other people are from. I don't. That's not something you can control. But I think what you can control is the way you react to certain people. You shouldn't hate somebody just because of their race. If you hate them because they're a piece of shit, whatever. If you hate them for that reason, then whatever. It's all good. But if you're hating them just because of their color, if you're hating them just because of how they look, you got something wrong. There's something. You need to change the way you think. You need to change the way you see things, the way you are. You need to change your perception of certain things. And I think after that, we can start moving forward with we can start moving forward and help each other out. And I think I really like Andrew Yang's thought process about what he's trying to do. And I feel like if things go right and he does what he's saying he wants to do, that can be something that we can all be involved in as an entire country. And that can be something that we all participate on. And I mean, hopefully those kind of actions brings the people back together. I don't like the way things have been, the way the United States has been divided. I really don't like that. But hopefully there's positive changes in the next couple years, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that. So hopefully we do see that. But yeah, well, guys, that is it for this video. I hope you guys like it. I mean, it's just, I wanted to talk about that because I honestly do care about everyone in this country, as a whole. I like to think about this country as a whole and not about groups of people and stuff. So I really care about that, and I really do want to see great things happen here. So I just wanted to kind of touch base on that and talk a little bit about it, and give a little bit of background of when I was young, when I was a kid after arriving here. Not for any sympathy, not for you to feel sorry for what I went through. No, I'm just pointing out that shit is real. Racism is real. When you get here, when it's a new place that you arrive at, that shit is real. When they start telling you all that shit, it exists. And don't feel bad about me. I just, I don't want you to think, like, keep going thinking that that's not true, that it's an exaggeration. That's not the way it is. But all right, I will close this video with that. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like, leave a comment down below if there's anything or whatever it is that you want to say down there. Just put anything down. Subscribe to this channel if you like my content, please. That helps me know that, hey, I'm giving some value with this. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.